for you and where you are in your business. Yesterday was a really bad day. I was supposed to go live with the Joy Money Matrix, and yet for some reason my sales page felt really, really, really heavy. It felt like I was trying too hard. I wasn't excited about it. I didn't love it. And there really wasn't a lot of joy. Fortunately, I had a quick call with Shanae Howard, who reminded me of some key principles, namely that I need to take my own advice and make it joyful. So today's video is about presenting an opportunity to you in a way that feels light, that feels joyful. And I'm excited for you to come on the journey with me. I have props over here, and if you don't know me that well, I'm fairly casual about this stuff. As you can tell, I did not like do my hair and makeup and like go into a studio. I prefer to be very like in medias res, which is like right in the middle of things. So that's how I roll, and that really applies to the Joy Money Matrix because it's a tool. It's a tool. It's not a program that you, as an experienced or established or seasoned business owner, can use over and over, so that when you're in the middle of things, you can pop out and be like, okay, where would this even fall on the Joy Money Matrix? And then make a better strategic decision when things are feeling heavy or gross or like they're not working. So with that, let me back up a little bit and just get started talking a little bit about the Matrix and what it is, and then tell you a couple stories, and then show you some things, and from there, perhaps we'll hang out. So the Joy Money Matrix at its essence is a mental model, and I'm going to put a link on this page so that you can explore some more mental models, but a mental model is essentially an XY axis, and it's a model, it's a tool for making decisions. And like I said, go to the link to find out more about mental models if you're curious. And just for our purposes here, mental models can help us make consistently good strategic decisions, because the mental model doesn't change. What we put on it and what we apply it to changes. As we know, our businesses are constantly changing, but a mental model will form the backbone of how we make strategic decisions, specifically related to joy and to revenue, is what the Joy Money Matrix covers. And I created the Joy Money Matrix because I, as a person, I self-identify as, I guess woo, but I'm very much in the spirit realm and want to run my business from a perspective of intuition and spirit. And at the same time, I know that there are these very pragmatic things called bills, for example, and KPIs, key performance indexes, and things, goals that I want to hit in my business, milestones that I want to achieve both for myself and for my clients and then for my family. And so I was really struggling with how to reconcile those two very head versus heart, spiritual versus pragmatic, and, ephemeral versus concrete. And so the Joy Money Matrix evolved out of that and became a tool by which I could assess my every decision. How I spend my free time, what products and services I focus on, what marketing vehicles I use, and how I go about building the structure of my business and my life. And so because the effects of the Joy Money Matrix, as I started to build it for myself, were so all-encompassing, one of my friends and colleagues said, Lauren, this is amazing, and I just spent my whole day doing this, and I want to license this. And I thought, okay, sure. And so that started the Joy Money Matrix certified facilitation. And, a year later, there have been lots of facilitators using the Joy Money Matrix and working with clients. And at the same time, I realized, okay, my joy is not in facilitating this one-on-one. Like, I can't do that. doesn't feel joyful for me? What is something that I could do to feel amazing and light and reach the people that I would like to reach with this tool? And so I created an online platform for people to take a Joy Money Matrix online workshop and to create their own at-home DIY retreat using the Joy Money Matrix. And that was really exciting. My beta testers had a lot of fun doing it, and yet something was missing. And that something included Post-it notes. So I created the Joy Money Matrix box, and it is the online portal workshop for sure. You get that, but it's also all of the various and niggly tools and supplies that you need in order to host your own DIY Joy Money Matrix. So that was a really exciting project for me, because one of the main reasons that I didn't feel joyful about just an online program was that one of my pet peeves about all online digital products is that you don't get anything tangible. And so you pay like $2,000 for these programs, and then I have to still go and print out 300 pages of PDFs and stick them in my own binder, and it's just really annoying. And I would cheap out and only print in black and white because I didn't want to use the color, and so I would get pretty irritated that no one was sending out physical products anymore. And so I thought, okay, well, it would be very exciting for me to have a physical product. So the Joy Money Matrix evolved into this two-part, the certified facilitators, and then the Joy Money Matrix box and online workshop, which go together. And I'm really excited to say that that is the structure that we have now. What I think is important for us as business owners in making decisions around how we do business is to look at our emotion. And that's not a new concept, right? Danielle Laporte talks about that in the Desire Map, but I don't think anybody has brought it together in the systematic way that the Joy Money Matrix does with regards to both head and heart, to both joy and money. And it makes me hold myself to a higher standard. It's the reason that I tossed out an entire long ass scrolling sales page that I'd already worked so many hours on, because it didn't feel good. It didn't feel light. And so that's something that I want to speak to here in this video. You are an established business owner. You've been in business, 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. It doesn't matter the time that you've been in business, but you know that your early years of business are they're exciting because you're passionate about this and you're learning so much and you're adding to your skill sets, and you're hustling to get clients. And I think what happens for us once we get over that first initial burst of activity that gets us to a stasis is that we have to keep working. We have to keep working just as hard, it feels like, to stay relevant, to stay consistent, to keep our revenues up. And it starts to feel really heavy. In the first years of business, we often take in so much other information, and we need to, that we drown out our voice a little bit. We drown out our intuition a little bit. And we get to this point where we're like, oh my gosh, I'm working so much. And I call it lost that love and feeling, does your business love you back kind of thing. And it's there are parts of our business that we love, and then there are parts that we loathe. And that for me was never more relevant than and tangible than when I had a lot of one-on-one clients. And I couldn't put my finger on it, but I dreaded when I had those appointments pop up in my calendar, and it stressed me out, even though in the moment I loved what I was doing. And I thought, God, there's got to be a better way. I've got to be able to work in a better way than this. And it took looking at my Joy Money Matrix for me to figure out that I needed a different business model and a different set of products and services. And I'm really grateful that I went through that transformation, because if I hadn't, I would still be trying to work a one-on-one business model, whether it's one-to-one consulting for a bigger business or one-on-one with a small business owner. And it really wasn't serving me, and ultimately it doesn't serve my clients. So it can be a really tough thing to come face to face with as a business owner who is established and has made money, and you've made the leap from hobby to, side gig to full-time job. And then you realize, God, I want my business to be my part-time job so that I can enjoy the rest of my life, so that I'm not on the hook all the time for the business, so that I can pursue my creative practice. And that brings me to the concept of creative practice. Something I've discovered in working with my facilitators and in facilitating and then working with my beta testers is that one of the things that bubbles up for so many people as they get into the results of their Joy Money Matrix is that the creative practice, whatever yours is, whether it's screenwriting or knitting or cooking or dance or poetry, songwriting, like whatever is your creative practice, it often gets relegated to a non-essential status when you become an entrepreneur, and certainly when you become a quote-unquote successful entrepreneur, and you're more than paying your bills, you're more than sustaining your life. And that, I think, is one of the saddest casualties of this process. And what I've seen as a result of using the Joy Money Matrix is that suddenly people realize two things. One, that they don't have to continue doing the things they dread in order to make money. I'm going to repeat that. You do not have to continue doing the things you dread in order to make money. You can enjoy it. I'm going to bookmark that because I'm going to come back to that in a second. And then two, that your vibrant creative life that maybe has felt stifled as you've been building your business can become integrated into your life and possibly even into your revenue generating activities in a way that you maybe never dreamed. And that creative practice can be something that once you prioritize it, actually fuels your revenue generating activities. So I guess that's 3 points. But that's really, really big stuff. And it can come from this simple process, a simple tool. Now, I do want to go back to that bookmark about you can make a lot of money doing things you enjoy. And I just want to be very clear that this is very different from interacting with someone who's very early on in the stages of ideating around a new business and the advice that many people give, which is follow your passion and the money will follow you. Now, I don't know who said that originally, but you know that sentiment. That is not what I am saying here. That is not what I'm saying. So if you are in the place where you're going to try to follow your passion and hope that, and dream that the money will follow you, this is not what we're talking about. And what I'm talking about is that those of you who do have an established business presence, you have products and services, you have been regularly charging for them, they do sustain your life. Maybe you'd like them to sustain a different lifestyle level, but they do sustain your life. This is about realizing that you get to choose the things that you enjoy in order to make money. And that you don't have to stay doing the things that feel gross just to make the funds. And that there's a strategic way of making that change. And when you approach it from a strategic, spiritual, and pragmatic way, then it's not, oh, do your passion and the money will follow. It is, I am making these choices to accelerate my business and to amplify my joy. So I just want to make sure that we're on the same page with that. If that sounds like something that you're into, accelerating your business, amplifying your joy, then join me. I'm going to show you a couple things of what this actually looks like. Like, what is this thing, the Joy Money Matrix? Because I know it's not a program. Like, there aren't things you need to learn. It's not going to teach you like anything about social media. It's not that. Okay, this is about getting outside of the tactical of your business and going to the strategic. So I'm going to show you actually my my Joy Money Matrix, and I'm going to show you what it looks like first. This is like a completely done JMM. This is like a DIY version. And what's happening here is all these colored stickies represent all the different activities in my life, or activities that I want to be in my life. And then they represent my marketing activities. And the idea is that there's a midline here. It's called the joy line. You want a lot of things above your joy line, and you want to delete the things or delegate the things below your joy line. It's very simple. And that the things that are over here are more revenue producing, and the things that are higher up are more joy producing. And that if we spend our time and maximize our time in the revenue and joy producing sections of this graph, then we are going to be like on fire, as I say, en fuego. And we want to be in fuego. That's that acceleration and amplification I was talking about. So that's what a Joy Money Matrix looks like. And this online workshop that you get access to will teach you the process of making your own Joy Money Matrix. And that workshop is evergreen. You have access to it forever. This is not a trendy thing. It's not going to go out of style. It's not going to become irrelevant because trends in, technology change. The Joy Money Matrix is something that I hope you will use for years and years to come as you go about making decisions in your life and your business. And so, like I said, you get lifetime access to that, and that's really important to me. The next thing that you get that I spoke about a little bit earlier is that you get all the tools you need to make your own matrix. And this is like super exciting to me. I'll show you what one of the Joy Money Matrix posters looks like. You get your own matrix. This looks so much nicer, doesn't it, than my like scratchy handwriting down there on a piece of paper. You get a beautiful poster, and then I'm going to open this box and show you. I'm going to take out stuff a little bit so you can see. You get this awesome box full, I just dumped things out. Full of stuff, and I'm going to take things out so you can see them. Everybody gets a delightful t-shirt that I designed. This is not the t-shirt that goes out for everyone. They actually vary, but this one says nothing but blue sky. It's a lyric from a song. It's all about being positive and seeing nothing but blue sky on the horizon. You get, and this is like uber important, you get this special pack of sticky notes. What about this pack of sticky notes is important? So much. We found as we were conducting retreats that people would try to use like the little page marker sticky notes or like really teeny sticky notes, and those never worked out. People would be real frustrated. They'd be trying to tape them down. You don't want to tape down your matrix stuff because you need to be able to move it. And so what we do is here at Joy Money Matrix headquarters, we put on Netflix, and for hours we sit and we cut Post-it notes so that you have the right number of Post-it notes, the right size Post-it notes, and the right adhesive of Post-it notes to support your ideal Joy Money Matrix action. Then you get a beautiful special beeswax candle. This one happens to be a heart shape. They're not all the same. So that you can have some healthy intention setting going on. You can have the scent of beeswax to accompany you. Everyone gets a little book. This one happens to be in this box. Every box is slightly different. You get a little art piece. This one is this little poster. Delightful. Thanks to one of my facilitators, Shannon, I've been turned on to a specific pen. You get these erasable pens, which is awesome. Pen. And then you get your own Joy Money Matrix poster like I showed you before. And then this is what I am like, you know, I wish everyone did with their digital products, is that you get this binder that has like all the Joy Money Matrix stuff in it. So you have your quick start guide, you have all the PDFs printed out in full color, they look beautiful. And then you have your diagrams, you have more diagrams that help you make changes, you get journaling questions, you get the transcripts. So if you're one of those people and you don't like to watch videos, you can just read the transcripts and get what you need. And then finally, like, you get access to the online portal that is a video-based digital retreat. So you'll get videos of me, and I'll be walking you through the process of doing your own matrix. And there are places where you can, there are some worksheets in there online that you can use, and you can of course download things. You can download the audios if you prefer to just listen to them as podcasts. And that portal is also dynamic. It's changing. So as we add new layers and new applications for the Joy Money Matrix, then you get access to those too. So for instance, some things coming down the pike. Some of the facilitators are experts in content strategy. Shout out to Shannon. And we're going to be adding to the online portal some specific content strategy questions and structures for you, so that as you're going through this and you want to look at your business through the lens of content strategy, you can, and that you have something that will give you a step-by-step for that. So that's coming down the pike. For those of you who want to look at it from the terms of product and service mix or business model, we're going to have some specific little worksheets for you to go through in order to get the right product service mix with the results of your Joy Money Matrix in front of you. So there are some exciting things that are going to be added to it. And other than that, you know, you get this delightful box, which is lined in raw paper. And again, some other little treats that are surprises. I like to keep some things hidden, but it's meant to give you the full experience of the Joy Money Matrix, even if you are not planning to go to one of the certified facilitators and have a one-on-one or small group experience. It's so that you feel like you are getting the full experience and the depth and the breadth of what this tool can do for you. Now, one of my facilitators, she uses the matrix in almost every single decision she makes. Other people are more inclined to use the matrix just on a quarterly basis, and that's cool too. That's more how I use it, is reassessing my matrix on a quarterly basis. I do a completely fresh one. And so you can do that too. It just depends on the rhythm of your business. Now, this is a sales video, obviously, and sometimes it can feel like weird to try to get someone to buy something. And I was reminded yesterday by Shanae that, you know, it's really not about every single detail and bullet point and module and descriptive term. It's a lot more about feel. And the Joy Money Matrix speaks to that. So as you're watching this video, as you're like clicking through the website or learning more about me on my other website, I want you to pay attention to your feeling. I want you to sit with it. I want you to see where it lives. Like, where does your answer live? And how does it make you feel? Like, do you feel joyful and empowered in engaging with this body of work? Does it feel stressful? Might it feel like you're not ready? Only you can make that decision for yourself. Of course, if you have questions, I'm here to answer your questions. There's a contact form at the bottom of this page. And I do ask you to jump through a few hoops on that contact form, because I want to know who you are. But always, always come back to the feeling. I sincerely hope that if it's right for you, you say yes. I think that this tool is, close to miraculous, honestly. Because I believe that our deepest calling on this planet is to live our message. And you as a business owner, you have a message. You know that already. And the other piece is that we are all creative beings. And if we can combine our creativity and our message into something that, again, sustains our families and then helps other people sustain theirs, there's no better work on the planet for us to do. And that's what the Joy Money Matrix is all about. Accelerating business, amplifying joy. So, with that, please join me. I look forward to getting to know you.